Welcome back, everybody, to a very interesting Last Day on Earth update. I guess if you want to call it that. So, Last Day on Earth has just dropped a mini update in between the seasons, I guess. Sort of the updates to hold us all off for a little bit in the meantime before the next official season comes out. And well, this update is interesting. If you were to watch the TLDR version of this video, I think that the one way I would sum this up before I really get into honest thoughts and everything is take the worst aspect from the worst possible season. No, not season 4 and the Fort Moss and stuff like that. I still will defend that stuff, but take season 10, something that nobody would ever defend. Nobody in my comments I've ever seen defend season 10. Arguably ranked the worst possible season. The season of catching zombies and going to zones just endlessly chasing zombies. Take that worst aspect of it and apply it. Anywho, we'll get into that in a little bit. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, join my Discord, follow my Twitter. You know the drill. Let's get into it. So before we can really talk about it, we have to know and understand how it works. There's no season tab this time, so head on up to the top-ish part of the user interface. Let's click the info button at the very bottom. Complete the Trader Horace's assignments and earn keys. Horace, that reminds me of multiplayer. No? Hopeful? No, okay. Unlock crates with keys and find skins of the old times. Well, you know my opinion on legacy skins, yeah, we're not going to go into that. Convert duplicate skins into collector's keys and find new ones. At the very top, we have rewards. Stash of skins from old times contains collector keys, and then stash of new skins can be unlocked with the collector's keys. We have the assignments, which basically tells us where to go for these zombies in order to get the certain amount of keys. Now, there are different rarities, I guess if you want to call it that, of zombies, and the rarer the zombie, the more keys or greater rewards you would get from them. You can refresh for 5 coins. Now, if we go over to the premium, it says receives valuable rewards for every assignment. Rewards stock up in storage until access is activated. So they're really trying to get you with premium. So what you're supposed to do is you go to zones, any zone possible, where these tasks are assigned. This can be the pine wood, pine yellow, pine green, or lime green, lime yellow, or lime red. Head on over to those. Kill the zombie, you don't need to catch it this time, and then you'll get rewards. Now, these rewards can be upgraded if you have the premium version of this event. Haha, very clever. And you get a couple other things. In all honesty, it doesn't seem extremely worth it, especially compared to a season pass. If you want my honest advice, I would say save your money for the actual season 18. Seasons are way more worth it than this. They even use the same icons as seasons, but it's not worth it in the slightest. Like, there's maybe copper bars and a couple extra keys or something like that. Now, you might be asking, ZD, what do you do with the keys? Now, you can use the keys once you have 25 bluish keys, or 5 regular keys. You can then open these crates. These crates will give you rare skins, or new skins, or old skins, or stuff like that. You know my opinion on skins, and what you should know is that once you buy a 25 key one for the blues, you'll get 1 orange key for the other crate. So you don't necessarily need to find all the difficult ones for orange keys. You will get orange keys as you open blue crates. So it's something to keep in mind and definitely something to be wary of. Now, one minor thing that I do like that they did change over from season 10 was the fact that when you go to these zones, the zombies glow yellow. I guess that's a good change. You're not just hopelessly hoping that the zombie you're gonna chase is the right actual zombie, but it actually glows now, so you know whether or not it's the actual zombie. That's very cool. I wish they would apply that to like 52 Mike or the exploder guy in the zones or stuff like that. Those zombies are always really annoying to find, so having them glow is definitely a big help. I don't think anyone's going to confuse them with tournament zombies. LDE, I would highly suggest doing that in the future. And then the other thing too, I guess it sort of brings weather back, if that's an interest. I mean, weather is cool and all, but I know that after this mini event thing happens, weather is just going to disappear. Thoughts, because I don't think this needs a giant honest thoughts video in and of itself. And in all honesty, I'm probably going to get the hammer for speaking honest thoughts. But you know what? I'm doing it anyways. I'm not going to sugarcoat this event in any way, shape, or form. I really hate to be extremely negative with LDE. I think there are some very good aspects that come out of LDE, especially modern LDE. It's easy to look at modern LDE and compare it to past LDE and be like, what the heck happened? Right? We have a VIP zone as opposed to Season 3 with the ATV. It's no contest there. We also really need to take a second to take it all in. I really hate to be so extremely negative on LDE, but at the same time, this update the best way I would describe it to anybody coming into this update. They're like, hey ZD, I'm bored. I'm contemplating playing LDUE's new updates or Frostborn's new updates. Give me a TLDR summary of LDUE's. And I would have to say, take the worst aspect from arguably the worst possible season, Season 10. I've yet to see any single person single-handedly defend Season 10. Take the worst possible aspect from it, the boringness, the redundancy of just zombie hunting and zones, and apply that to be the entire event. I don't know. It's what they've been doing with Season 7's Bikers Camp, where that was the mini-event in between seasons. I don't know. Maybe this is the new normality going forward, and if so, I certainly hope it isn't. I certainly hope there is a weird change of course. Like, how about the new in-between season content happens to be, I don't know, the cities or something like that? Or even better, multiplayer. Multiplayer has not gotten an update in, 10 months now? We're almost at a year at this point. Multiplayer can be that in-between lull, even if it's just a little bit of smudge or anything. But instead, we get this, and like I said, I'm definitely gonna have an angry dev in my comments, but at the same time, I can't sugarcoat this update. Like, I'll play it for the video, maybe, but in my free time, will I really be playing this? Probably not. I already have all the skins anyways, and I have very mixed opinions on legacy skins and bringing them back, and all of that sort. I mean, it's a nice concept in application, like, with the keys and stuff, but I think it could have been done way differently, as opposed to bringing back the worst possible aspect from the season that nobody liked. It makes me almost a little nervous for the next thing. I don't know if we can say that these updates in between the seasons lead into the seasons. It's hard to tell, because we had the Bikers Camp lead into a season, we had the Chinese New Year event lead into a season. I can't even remember which one led into Season 16, but whatever it was, I'm sure it might have been the better of it. I don't know. Or maybe I'm looking for patterns where there aren't any patterns, but that's just my 2 cents. It baffles me why you would take this worst aspect from the worst possible season as opposed to, like, anything possible to multiplayer. Even if they just, I don't know, they took, like, some items from single player and added them into multiplayer for a little bit. Even if it's temporary, I think that the multiplayer people would go crazy over it. But instead, they're just doing this to single player, which, I don't know. Anywho, this has been me, ZD. I really hate to be so negative about LDE. I don't like complaining, but this update, it's pushing me. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree, disagree? Is LDE doing the right path, or are they making a massive mistake? Let me know all of that down below. I am always very curious to read the comments and hear what you all say, because I think that the comments are a great gauge, especially compared to my opinion, right? Because I'm only one person. I'm very curious what everybody else says. Anywho, subscribe, ZD out.